1, 2. Okay. Okay. Having some technical difficulties, so those aside. Hi guys. Oh, that is loud. It's me again. It's been a while since I've been on, and the reason why is actually because mostly I can't find the time to do a video. But a lot of things have seemingly happened, and I figured now would be a good time to cover a few topics that aren't quite SJW-ish. Though, quite frankly, I am still gonna sit there and poke fun at these idiots because this is the stupidest thing they've ever done. First and foremost, the whole purpose of this channel, which originally was supposed to be nothing but basically recordings and stuff. It was supposed to be an archive, but then ooh, that is not what I wanted it to. Okay, it was supposed to be just an archive for my speed paints for my art, and that was also supposed to be the original place my art would be streaming. That didn't happen because as soon as I started trying to stream on YouTube, and this is something that's still going on today, I get DDS'd into the ground by something, and I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if it's just YouTube or what, but my computer cannot handle it, and as a result, I am unable to stream on YouTube. I'm not sure if YouTube itself is aware that that is basically putting their politics over me being creative, and I don't particularly like it that much because I don't know what it is. I haven't gotten an answer for it. I've asked, and I've just been ignored. Because, oh, don't listen to that artist over there, even though she's, you know, actually doing art and not cow art bullshit. And I don't think that's quite exactly what's happening, but it feels like that's exactly what's happening. And sometimes, and I hate to say this, every time I have felt like that's what's happening, that's usually what's happening. And it's so bad, it scares even me. That I am that good at predicting this nonsense. It's very ridiculous. I know it's like tooting in my own horn there, but I don't want to be that good at predicting this nonsense. This is a case where I actually want to be wrong. Where I want that feeling to be just a feeling of anxiety. And to find out that, yeah, they're doing that shit to people like me because they don't want new creators on there. Okay, go fuck yourself. That's why I'm on Twitch. So, for those of you who don't know, I will be streaming art on Twitch, and I'll be trying to do that far more often, and I'll see if I can't, with the new program that I was able to find, and I will be kind of screwing with it later today, see what I can pull out of my butt with that. I'll see if I could get some speed paints down. Now, one thing I do want to discuss other than that is Twitch has this little thing called Pretzel Rocks, which is what they call their stream safe music. My question is, YouTube, if a person were to use Pretzel Rocks when they live stream, are they going to be copyright claimed by your bot? If the answer is yes, then that's completely and totally bullshit because Pretzel Rocks is royalty-free music. It's exactly what you say is perfectly okay to use on streams and stuff. And if somebody's going around trying to manually copyright claim it because of the music, and they're using something like Pretzel Rocks, and they've got Streamlabs up and running, which this is an app on Streamlabs, by the way, you can pretty much BTFO them. You shouldn't care, YouTube. You should not care what the person decides to use. But you've gotten so stupid with how you handle your reports by trusting a bot and not a person that it's gotten out of hand. It's gotten ridiculous. And it's gotten to a point where you're not a platform that can be trusted because of this. And then you sit there and you turn your nose up to people who bring it up out of nowhere, people will bring that up every now and then. You turn up your nose. It's completely ridiculous. It's unprofessional bullshit, and you need to stop. In the other list of unprofessional bullshit, Ron Toy. Yeah, he actually blocked me on Twitter for what I have no freaking clue, to be honest, but I can assume he's butthurt about what I said about his fiance, which, to put in perspective, the only two things I said about Monica Real is that her career in anime is going to be far shorter than she thinks it is. And that she should, and I'm going to stand by this, she should, if it is true that she did not get a cosplayer kicked, because think about this, Monica, sweetie, honey. You sat there and had Todd Habercorn kicked from a panel you were both scheduled to be on. And you were sitting there saying, oh, I didn't do that, which is total bullshit. Plus, you're dealing with Pensacon here, a convention who had knowingly and actively and quite inappropriately attacked its customers. I don't think you're in any position to assume that you're in a higher ground here, because you're not. Again, this is something I noticed. All these fringe left bastards who are trying to push their politics onto people, they are acting like the most unprofessional, undignified, disgraceful mess I have ever seen. And it's at a point where I feel like I could get a business degree by proxy just by acting like a better business person than half these assholes who supposedly have a business degree. And here's the stupid part. Looking into their quote-unquote degrees proves that, oh, they majored in gender studies, but seconded in business. Okay, whatever. I'm going to sit here and point this out. Gender studies is not something you want on a business course. And if my college decides, I inevitably decide to take a business course, and my college decides to stick me in gender studies, I'm going to switch colleges in a heartbeat. Because I'm not an idiot. I'm not there to learn about propaganda. I'm not paying some asshole to lecture to me about how transgender is the new norm. Because let me explain to you something that I find disgusting. I find it disgusting that these people would sit there and tell me that, oh, I need to date a trans person or I'm a bigot. No, I don't. I am not attracted to trans people. I am literally just legitimately not attracted to them. Like, it's just something, I don't know what it is. I'm just not attracted to it. It's not me being a bigot. I'm just not attracted to it. Understand some people are. I understand, some of these guys, they're looking for commitment. Yeah, you deserve commitment. I can't offer that. So, I don't need to date trans people to feel good about myself. I don't need to sit there and say, I need to date trans people. No, I don't need to date trans people. It's disgusting that you would say that. And it's really disturbing that someone would go so far as to say, oh, you should have sex with them. And I'm like, what? Dude. Okay. Not gonna kink shame you here, but no. Fuck you, fuck that, and screw you up the ass, because no. That ain't happening. And you could sit there and try and call me a bigot, but the only one who's being bigoted is you for sitting here and saying that bullshit, and then expecting me not to say anything. That's ridiculous. That is stupid. That is asking for trouble. And I'm not going to do it. It's not something I'm into. It's not me. I'm not going to do it. I have maintained a sense that I have this inner sense of moral, or whatever you want to call it, that I stick by. And yeah, it's gotten me in trouble with the right as well. The kid that egged the senator, what's his name? I think he got it a little harsh. I think that calling him a terrorist is going overboard. And I got bitched at by some far-right lunatics for saying calling him a terrorist was bullshit. You could call him a punk, you could call him a freak, you could call him an idiot. But don't call the damn kid a terrorist. I mean, yeah, it was a stupid prank. Yeah, it was a dumb move. And the kid got fucking pummeled for it. Okay, I think he kind of got what he was asking for. In that sense, he kind of got what he was, kind of got it pretty good. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So, if you don't, there is a, I'm not sure who, I don't know the specifics on it, but there was a senator who got egged in the back of the head by a kid. He backhanded the kid, and then his goon squad, and that's exactly what they are, dogpiled the poor kid. And they roughed him up quite a bit. I think the roughing up was a little too much, but, you know, the kid probably learned a lesson from it. And I'm not gonna argue that the kid probably learned a lesson from getting roughed up. The dogs are howling again. If you could hear that on there, that's actually kind of funny. Anyway, I am very inconsistent. There's really nothing going on right now, much, since the you're getting sued papers supposedly by now have finally arrived at the doors of the people who have victimized Vic Mignogna. And yeah, my thing is, Vic, honey, dear, you need to let your lawyer go ham wild on these assholes. The warning signs were there. They were there loud and clear. These dicks didn't listen to them. And they may have been your friend, but you owe them nothing right now. You owe them nothing. Okay? You owe them no courtesy. You owe them no charity. The fact that you are doing so just proves that you are a bigger person. And for that, I have to commend you. But it's at a point now where you just need to let Ty Beard do what Ty Beard does best and strike the fear of Texas into these motherfuckers. Because they have gotten that bad. And it's something where, again, if you do not get an authoritarian figure involved in some of these situations and lay the hammer on them hard, they're not going to learn. Like that kid that egged the senator, you know, he probably wouldn't have learned if someone had gone easy on him. But I can guarantee you he's going to think twice about his weird far-left policies right now. This is a kid who's going to think twice about what he did. But I'm going to say it again. You could call him an idiot. You could call him a dumbass. But don't call him a terrorist. It was a dumb prank. It should be treated as such. The only person that probably got hurt was the kid. And he's probably learned a lesson from what he did. In this sense, the warning sign is there. If he decides to listen to it, it is up to him. If he chooses to ignore it, he could be in for a worse fate than getting dogpiled by a bunch of angry bodyguards. The warning signs were there for Monica and Jamie Marchi. Especially Jamie, who, in my personal opinion, Funimation's been shit since they hired her. And it is the weirdo feminist politics. And to put in perspective, why would a fire-breathing lizard care about the patriarchy of a human race? Why would it even come up if the race of lizards is supposed to be genderless? That's something I don't quite understand, is what Jamie Marchi has done to Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It seems the more fringe the anime, more liberties this bitch has been taking with them, and it shows really terribly in how horrible the dubs are. In other news, I actually got the first book of My Hero Academia, the graphic novel. So I'm going to be reading that, and I'm probably going to give it a bit of a review later on. And I'm going to see if I could get my dad to read it, because he's the one that kind of owns the comic book company in the house, and he's a bit of a superhero nerd. So I'm going to see if I can get him interested in at least reading it, and I'll probably give it a read myself beforehand, see what he thinks of it. There are a bunch of other things that I want to talk about, but my brain is really scattered right now because it's been a long day and I've been working heavily on the cosplay, and I got my minis. My Sisters of the Thorn were a birthday gift from my parents to me. And, they already drew blood. But as a crafter, I have things on hand to take care of that. So, I'm going to be working on a couple things. Seeing today if I can find a belt, because that seems to be the only piece I am missing to be able to complete the costume. I need the belt in order to make the tail, otherwise the tail's not going to fit right, it's not going to look right, I'm not going to be able to position it right, because that tail is really not really vital to the outfit, but if I do it, it's going to have to be very specific. So, in the future, I'm going to try and get some bullet points on a piece of paper so I can go through them more clearly. And this is just a random video, just to inform you guys of what I've been up to lately. Like I said, most of my problem is finding the time to just do a video. It's really aggravating. I do live in a multiple generation household, so that is something that I have to deal with. I have been trying to find a job so I can get a second stream of revenue for the channel. I will be looking into getting a subscribe star and some other means. I do have a Streamlabs, link will be in the description below. I do hope you guys have a wonderful day and weekend or whatever. And let's hope that this chaos from the Vic Mignogna thing tends to blow over a little bit quicker than it has. It seems like it's strange, but I seriously hope that the only thing Vic has to deal with after all this is said and done is probably some emotional trauma, which that is still pretty bad. It's still, I'm still gonna hold this against Monica and Jamie, and especially Mars Girl and not Caitlin Salcedo, but it's excuse me. Says it's one thing to sit there and actually be truthful about it, but these idiots, these dumbasses, have no idea how serious their claims were. And even when presented to them in black and white, they're denying that this is the claims. And one of them cited recently, I'm going to bring this up because this is stupid. One of them cited recently child molestation laws. And the specific law they cited, and I think this was on Poll where this was, so it sounds like it's a lot like Mars Girl being a fucking dick. And yeah, I'm not sorry for that. I'm not sorry. You're a dick, Mars Girl. You're a fucking dick, okay? I don't care if this gets demonetized for me saying that. I don't care what people have to say about me saying that. Mars Girl's a fucking dick. Basically, the part they were citing, and this is a part, not the full contexture. The full contexture refers to children under the age of 12. The part they cited was in reference to pedophilic rape. So, you have a law pertaining to pedophiles that you are citing inappropriately in a case of a gentleman having to deal with 17, 16 plus, which, believe it or not, Sweet Cheek, 16 is the age of consent in Texas, I believe, if I remember correctly. I don't aim for people that young, so that's like, you know, that's all on you if that's your domain, but it's not mine, so if you want to, feel free to correct me. By all means, go right ahead in the comment section below, but I will be happy to pin a correction if it is accurate. However, I think it's utterly stupid that these people are so much so trying to justify their injustices that they have no idea exactly how bad their injustice actually was. And it's kind of pathetic. It's kind of sad. It's kind of dreary. And little me sitting here I still think it's funny that Ron feels the need to block me, and if it's a blockchain, honey, that's the most that just proves that you're an unprofessional cuck. I still find it funny that he sees fit to block little old me, probably because I'm a YouTuber, and he thinks I'm a piece of shit YouTuber. You know what, Ron? Yeah, me and my 3 people are a threat to you. Wow. Congratulations, Ron. You've just proven how sensitive you are about the issue about being criticized for your unprofessional behavior. And this is why I say Kickfic isn't a lady. Because when it comes to being criticized for their behavior, which ladies are criticized for their behavior, they can't handle it.